USAA knows dynamic duos can save the day, like superheroes and sidekicks or auto and home insurance. With USAA, you can bundle your auto and home and save up to 10%. Learn more and get a quote at USAA.com/bundle. Restrictions apply.
As a scientist, I can tell you that Sundays are only 24 hours long. But with NFL Sunday Ticket and YouTube TV, you get every game every Sunday all in one place. That's upwards of 30 hours of NFL in one day. How can there be 30 hours in 24 hours, you ask? I have a theory. Magic. New users get NFL Sunday Ticket for 8 payments of $34.50 per month. Sign up at NFLSundayTicket.com. Local and national games on YouTube TV. NFL Sunday Ticket for out-of-market games excludes digital-only games and commercial use. Terms and embargoes apply. Availability varies.
You're tuned into Auto Intelligence, live from Auto Trader, where data, tools, and your preferences sync to make your car shopping smooth.
They're searching inventory.
Oh, yeah.
They find what you need.
They're gonna find it.
You can make a budget for your wallet to help you succeed. Pricing's precise and true.
So true.
It's smarter car shopping.
Ooh.
Just for you.
Oh, it's just for you.
Ooh.
Find your next ride at autotrader.com. Powered by Auto Intelligence.
With a major selection of the looks your kiddos love, starting at just $4 in the Walmart app, a new school year means a stylish new them. Who knew? Find skater skirts and Crocs that say, I'm casual but cool. Sparkly sneakers that say, it's my classroom, you're just learning in it. And preppy polos that say, I'm the teacher's pet, even if they're mommy's menace at home. Find their favorite styles starting at just $4 in the app. The Walmart you thought you knew is now new.
New season, new chaos in college football.
Let's go! Big stage, big opportunity.
This Labor Day weekend, the wildness lives on ABC, ESPN, and the all-new ESPN app.
What a way to start!
Featuring top 10 teams like Clemson, Notre Dame, Alabama, and LSU, and Bill Belichick's debut at North Carolina.
It's so special when these teams collide.
Don't miss a lineup filled with electric matchups.
Welcome back to college football.
Kickoff week presented by Modelo. Labor Day weekend on ESPN and ABC. Also available to stream on the all-new ESPN app.
The Eagles get back to practice as they get set to face the Dallas Cowboys week 1 next week to start the NFL season, and a majority of their players are back. Welcome to the Eagles Checkdown, the fastest under 10-minute Eagles podcast there is, covering news, notes, and opinions on your favorite football team, the Philadelphia Eagles, right here on the Eagles Pinpoint Podcast Network. I'm your host, Phil Stiefel. You can also find me this morning live at 8 a.m. hosting Trending in the AM. I got today's episode linked below. Please check it out. Please copy the link below. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. And bring all your thoughts and opinions and everything we talk about here to that show. Would greatly, greatly appreciate it. And yesterday, Wednesday, the Eagles got back to practice as they begin preparation for the season and the Dallas Cowboys next Thursday to kick off the NFL season. And the practice squad was set. The Eagles made some moves. We'll get into them in a second. But I want to touch on practice first. And now, this is not training camp practice. There's not as much media availability and media reporting from practice. But we did get some extremely key pieces of information at the start of practice, the part where the media was available for. And that is A.J. Brown, back to practice. Landon Dickerson, back to practice. Jordan Mailata, back to practice. Devontae Smith, back to practice. Everybody but rookie safety Drew Makuba was back on the practice field on Wednesday, which is a huge sign just over a week away from the start of the regular season. It looks like we should be healthy. Now, Drew Makuba, that is going to be a question. That is going to be an issue. I expect with a hamstring injury, it's still a fresh hamstring injury. He's probably not going to play. If he does, not much next Thursday. But again, there's still a whole week's worth of practice for them to get back out there. But A.J. Brown being back on the field, Smitty, Landon Dickerson, less than 2 weeks after having MCL surgery, back out in the practice field. We don't know how much they practiced because the media was only out there for the first portion of it. But it is great to see all those guys back out on the field, and it's a huge step forward. Jordan Mailata had a concussion. Smitty with a groin. Everybody being out there but Drew Makuba is a big sign of what's to come next week against the Dallas Cowboys. Now, to the roster moves. We'll get to the practice squad in a second, but the Eagles made some moves early before the practice squad. They waived 2024 fifth-round pick offensive lineman Trevor Keegan. Maybe he gets back to the practice squad. We'll talk about that in a second. And they did make one claim off the waiver wire. Rams rookie, Willie Lampkin. He's a center, very small center, 5'11", I've seen multiple reports ranging from 270 to 290 pounds. So we'll meet in the middle and say he's about a 280-pound center. Very, very small, but he's a bull. A guy that Jeff Stoutland was very, very huge on. He has some experience playing left and right guard as well. He was waived with the injury designation by the Rams, but because we claimed him, he's got to go on the 53-man roster. He'll probably get bumped to the practice squad or IR eventually with that. A lot of positive things I read about him. Also that he was a stud wrestler in college. Where's my notes on this? He was 47-0, not in college, in high school. 47-0 state champion as a wrestler in high school. That's probably why he's really good at pushing people around with his small size on the offensive line. Take PFF for Pro Football Focus for what it is, but he was the highest graded offensive lineman in the preseason by the NFL. Take that with what you will. So that was a move that was made. And Charlie Hewlett was added back to the 53-man roster. So we're not wasting it. We are wasting a roster spot on him. We'll see. None of the Eagles players that were waived or cut were picked up or claimed by other teams, but Kendall Lamb did go to the Miami Dolphins roster. And last year's rookie, Nias Smith, was signed to the Panthers practice squad. Eagles practice squad. Number one thing was that Kyle McCord is on the practice squad along with Andre Samuel. I forgot. Tristan McCollum was also waived to make room for Willie Lampkin. There's still maybe one roster spot there left to figure out. So really surprised that Tristan McCollum got waived by the Eagles. Now, at this point when I'm recording this Wednesday night, there are only 3 safeties on the roster in Reed Blankenship, Sidney Brown, and Drew Makuba hurt right now. So really surprised about that. Hopefully Tristan McCollum clears waivers, gets to the practice squad for the time being. The full practice squad right now, there's only one spot left out of the 16. 15 of them were guys here in camp. Linebacker Chance Campbell, wide receivers Elijah Cook and Terrence Marshall, Kenyon Green, who we got in the Chauncey Gardner-Johnson trade, E.J. Jenkins, tight end, cornerback Brandon Johnson, edge rusher, outside linebacker Patrick Johnson, tight end Cameron Latu, Kyle McCord, as I mentioned, cornerback Perry Nickerson, tackle Holland Pierce, Eli Ricks, our old friend, back, and Andre Sam safety. They did get one guy from outside the organization on the practice squad, running back Audric Esteen. He was with Broncos last year. Notre Dame product, pretty young, honestly. I mean, it's crazy that they didn't keep Montrell Johnson or Kylan Robinson or Shinderick Powell on the practice squad. They went out of outside the organization for the running back on the practice squad, Audric Esteen. A lot of guys really liked him. He had 310 rushing yards last year with the Broncos, a couple touchdowns. But in 2023 at Notre Dame, he did rush for 18 touchdowns. Very tough, hard-nosed runner. So that's that. There is one roster spot left on the practice squad, whether it goes to Tristan McCollum, another safety, or Trevor Keegan, somebody else that they recently released. We'll see how they play that out. But very interesting that none of the Eagles players were claimed. Also very interesting that the Eagles went with Tristan McCollum as a waive, to waive him. Maybe they did it late to kind of sneak him through easier. I don't know. Same thing with Trevor Keegan. You wait an extra day. Maybe it sneaks him through easier on the waiver wire. I don't know. Very, very interesting, those decisions there. And then you cut Charlie Hewlett, and then you bring him right back, and not, like I talked about yesterday, using that as like a way to maneuver. But look, this is Howie Roseman we're talking about. Charlie Hewlett might get cut and put on the practice squad 6 more times. Tristan McCollum, same thing. We know Howie Roseman manipulates this system better than anybody in the NFL. But we've had a lot of good news today. Everybody but Drew Makuba back to practice. The Eagles practice squad is taking shape. We didn't lose Kyle McCord for the McCordsters out there, taking over for the McKeesters, McCordsters. There, I forgot to mention that. Tanner McKee was back at practice as well, but his hand did have a brace around it with the fracture in his thumb. He didn't look like in the initial parts of it that he was throwing anything, just simulated throws, so he wasn't actually gripping the football. We'll see how that plays out over the next week, guys. But anyway, we are getting closer. We are a week away from Eagles, Cowboys, kicking off the NFL season, guys. So we're just going to keep jam-packing all this information every day, guys. So go Birds. The bubble's up.
Gatorade is the #1 proven electrolyte blend designed to hydrate better than water. So you can lose more sweat and raise your game. Gatorade, is it in you?
Mint is still $15 a month for premium wireless. And if you haven't made the switch yet, here are 15 reasons why you should. 1, it's $15 a month. 2, seriously, it's $15 a month. 3, no big contracts. 4, I use it. 5, my mom uses it. Are you playing me off? That's what's happening, right? Okay, give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan. $15 per month equivalent required. New customer offer first 3 months only. Then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See mintmobile.com.
Introducing the perfect companion to your morning listening routine. AG1's clinically backed formula is now flavor-packed with 3 new delicious flavors: tropical, berry, and citrus. Start the day on a high note with probiotics that taste like the tropics. Mix it up with micronutrients that taste like berry or citrus. And take it all the way back with the classic AG1 Original with notes of pineapple and vanilla. Do your health a flavor, or 4, with AG1 Next Gen, the daily health drink. Learn more at drinkag1.com.
My cat Freddie loves to be brushed and cuddled. But stirring up his cat allergens meant sneezing and itchy eyes. Then I found Purina One Live Clear. It's cat food that reduced the major allergen and my suffering in as little as 21 days. Now, we feel closer than ever. If you have issues with cat allergens, you really need to try Purina One Live Clear.
Try new Purina One Live Clear today. Purina One, a difference from day one.
This episode is sponsored by Friskies, who would like to tell your cats hi. Now, if that didn't get your cat's attention, there's one thing that always does the trick. Just pour some Friskies crunchy food in the bowl and you'll hear those paws come running. Works every time. With so many Friskies choices, you can always bring your cats running from their secret napping spots. There's always more to explore. See for yourself at friskies.com or visit your local store.